It's beer free from Maltgarden, all drank in the same night. But this is the most booziest of all the beers. But is it the best? Check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. We are drinking Maltgarden today. We've had, you will have probably seen over the last few days that I've drank Maltgarden, but just to let you know, just a little bit of insight into how it works on YouTube. I am on my third beer of the same evening. I want to do 3 Maltgardens in a row, just so I can sort of compare them better when I'm drinking them. I've gone up in the sort of blotto scale. So we started with the hazy IPA. I'm just going to remind myself what it's called. Boosted Reality. Then only few words. The first one, Boosted Reality, was 5.2. Only few words, 6.1. This one is I'm the Ambassador, and it's 7.2. All IPAs, but certainly from the first one, the hazy IPA, to the second one, they were quite different in terms of flavour, and I expected them to go up. I thought, well, I'd start with the lowest and we'll go up, and we'll expect that we'll get more flavour as we go up, but it hasn't been the case so far. So this is beer number 3. It is a double dry hop, double hazy IPA. It's got Azaka, Enigma and Strata. Different hops than the last one. Let's just get it into that glass and see what it's like, shall we? I mean, all of them look great. I think Maltgarden are nearly there. They've just got to get their consistency right, because they have some beers that are the best, absolutely superb. Then they have ones that are quite average. And a good brewery can have consistently good beers. Wow! So straight away I can see it's pouring. It's a lot more. It's a lot more hazy. It's a lot more darker. It reminds me of Ori and the Pass in terms of its colour, which is a little bit more, less custard, more sort of what would you call that? Sort of orangey, beige. Certainly very sort of thick in terms of the pour there. We've got a huge 3-finger, sort of just off white. It's a little bit creamy head there, very tightly compacted. The bubbles are literally, you can't see them. If I try and put that a bit closer, you can't. They're already there. They're already sitting in the head, ready for the drink. I'm going to put that down because that's quite heavy. And I'll put the beer can there. Again, lovely artwork, really great. Just to say, if I suddenly sort of fall off my chair because I'm starting to feel the effects, the last one, 6.1, I wouldn't say it was the most, that's high, really high alcohol, especially when it comes to craft beer. But it tasted very alcoholic. So I'm interested in this one. We're going up another percent. So we started at 5.2 and now we're hitting 7.2. So beer in a glass. Let's get some aromas. Similar to the last one. It's a little bit dank. Getting that sort of mango. It's definitely tropical. There's not much citrusy sort of aromas there. Maybe a little bit of grapefruit, that sort of pink grapefruit in there. Maybe fleshy blood orange as well, if I'm going to sort of, if I'm trying to sort of grasp at this. But let's get this down, shall we? I mean, it looks lovely. Cheers, everyone. Silky smooth. Certainly the mouthfeel is really nice. Hardly any carbonation there. Very sort of thick and heavy, sort of. It's almost like a stout when you drink that. Really nice though, actually. Quite surprising. There's less hop burn on this one than there was on the previous one. It's quite. I'm getting more of the stone fruits. I'm getting more peach and apricot. Certainly in the flavours. I'm getting a bit of mango, papaya and passion fruit. Pineapple is, maybe it was there on the aromas, but then it just took off on its holiday somewhere warmer, because there's not much pineapple in the flavour. I'm getting the stone fruits. It does taste a little bit boozy, but it's slightly different than the last one. Is that I'm not getting a hot burn, but I'm getting that sort of boozy, sort of alcohol vapor sort of thing that you. I mean, again, it's more common with your double IPAs and your triple IPAs when they're sort of 8, 9, 10%. You get that sort of, you can't disguise that alcohol when you're getting those sort of levels. You get it a little bit here, but it's quite nice. I wonder if I tried this one first and went backwards, because I started off with a lovely fruity hazy IPA. Then I had the second one, which was a step up, and it was less fruity and very hoppy and much more hot burn. This one almost feels like it's a combination of the two of those. You're getting that sort of... You can taste there's alcohol in this. You can taste it's, it's not a massive fruit flavour. You get the fruits you're getting are the dankness, which I always think when I think of dank fruits, I think of those sort of more. Usually, you get the stone fruits. So your peach and your apricot. There's a little hint, a very very little hint of bitterness, but not loads of bitterness on this. Quite dry, but I suppose. The big difference, and I'm just going to have a quick look and see. Yeah, this one's got oats in it. I'm trying to remember if I don't think the last one did. It's a lot thicker in terms of its body, and so it's something that to be sat and drank, and a more refined drinker would enjoy this. I feel that I'm underdressed for this bit. I've got I've got my Chris Cornell t-shirt on for those that. Big Soundgarden or Temple the Dog or Audio Slave fans. This is my tribute to the tribute t-shirt. I feel that I should really be, dressed with a sort of maybe with a cravat and or maybe a dinner suit with a black tie, with a cigar that I'm smoking, because it's that sort of beer. It's almost like a late night end of day, end of evening, end of drinking session beer. It's soft but heavy, For me, double dry hop, double hazy, still an IPA, but for me, we're verging onto those double IPA sort of flavours, triple IPAs. It's nice because it's not overly bitter, but I'm not getting masses of fresh fruit. And for me, I love when I get that freshness, but it's not bad, but it's not probably to my sort of my preference. And before I've even sort of sat down and really think about the scores, I think this is going to score somewhere in between the hazy IPA, which I thought was going to be the worst of the three, and the one became the other one that came after that one, that only few words one, which was very hoppy, very hot burn. So I'm going to sit and savour this a little bit more, get some scores, and then I'm going to give them to you because you deserve the scores for this beer. Maltgarden. I think that they're very close to getting there. They know what they're doing. They've just got to refine some of their flavours a little bit more, just so they can get that consistency. Let's get some scores, shall we? Okay, the scores are in for I'm the Ambassador. It's a double dry hop, double hazy IPA from Maltgarden, the Polish brewery, 500ml can, 7.2% on the Blotto scale. And to be honest, it's starting to affect me now. This is the third beer I've drank this evening. It's probably the third beer day 3 for you guys out there in YouTube world. Let's start with the aromas. I'm getting more stone fruits. I'm getting that dankness as well, though. It's that sort of West Coast IPA sort of aromas, peaches and apricots and that sort of thing, but not massive. The fruit is not that fresh fruit. 13 out of 20 for aroma. Appearance, well, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, you got that sort of, it's that sort of orangey. I'm sure there's a better colour for that. Beige, orange, copper. No, it's not copper. It's orange. It's apricotty, peachy. That sort of colour. It's that sort of off orangey sort of yellow. It's very nice. You've got a very small little head, but the lacing, look at the glass, how laced that glass is. Very sort of solid and really sort of thick body. I'm giving it 8 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour. It's a difficult one, this one. It's better than the last one, but still not as good as the hazy one. So I'm giving it a 32 out of 40. You get that stone fruit. You do taste the alcohol, but you're not getting the hot burn. You're not really getting any bitterness. It's not bad. 32 out of 40, I think, is a pretty reasonable score. Some people would probably really like it a lot more. Value for money. There is a lot going on in this beer. We have got, let's just remind ourselves, we've got a Zaka, we've got Enigma, we've got Strata, we're double dry and hop in it, we're double hazy in. I don't know how you can double hazy it in terms of the brewing process. We're in a big 500ml can, 7.2%. I think it's pretty good value for money. I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Overall experience, better than the last one, not good as good as the hazy one. I've said that probably 4 times. The third beer of the night, and to be honest, these are getting boozier as they go on. So I'm just trying to sort of get my thoughts together. It's really, there's that dankness. And I know there's people out there, and I hope that the people out there that love craft beer and love that dankness. Really apricotty, really overripe peaches, nectarine sort of thing. Would I want to drink more of it? Probably not, because I like a little bit more freshness and fruitiness. And it tastes like, and 7.2%. You can get IPAs, double IPAs, triple IPAs that are a lot higher. But for me, it's probably at that level where it's a little bit too alcoholic to be drinking more than 1 or 2. So that brings the score down. I'm giving it a 13 out of 20 for overall experience. Totting those scores up, we are getting a 75. So recommended 75 out of 100. It's a White Snake beer, and we love White Snake. Why will we like White Snake? You could drink this beer and you could be listening to the 1987 album, which we all know is a superb album. And it's a Give Me All Your Love or a Bad Boys. It's a pretty good song. I think this should be recommended. I'm gonna keep an eye on Maltgarden, because I think that this is, as I say, beer free out of. We had 3 beers. This is the 3rd one we've had. They do good beers, but they can only hit the sweet spot on a couple of them. Let's see how they can do. Let's see what they release. Maybe they'll release a new ones next month, and we can check them out. But I think it's a brewery you should be looking out for. If you see Maltgarden, give them a try. I still think that the Forgotten Password with the Sabro hop is the best of their beers. But the hazy IPA, they're sort of almost, we don't know what it actually is in it, but it's a hazy IPA. It's a bit of a throwaway thing. Hazy IPA? Oh yeah, well we've seen hazy IPAs from Brewdog. We've seen hazy IPAs, from sort of a generic brewer that may get into Morrison's or Tesco's. But it deserved a little bit more. It should tell us a little bit more about it, and it would have been better. That was the best one. This is still 75. So I'm going to leave you now. Go and listen to the 1987 album and realise how great White Snake is. enjoy a Maltgarden while you're doing it. But until the next video, keep on rocking.